Hey guys, it's me again, and today we're going to talk about the most widely misunderstood alignment there is, and that is chaotic neutral. First, I'm going to read a line out of chaotic neutral so that we go ahead and get some clarity right here on the spot. A chaotic neutral character does not intentionally disrupt organizations as part of a campaign of anarchy. They're not anarchists. They do not fuck with your society. They don't do any of that bullshit and everything. They are people that just want to be left alone to do what the fuck they want to do. You know, uh, they may want to do something good. They may want to do something evil, but they just want to be left the fuck alone and not affected by society. An excellent example of this is there's this fucked up organization. I forgot what it's called, but basically, these people do not believe in American law and they believe in freedom, and so they kind of live in their own compounds and they want to be left alone, and they respond to their own laws, and that's it. They don't believe in. God, I can't remember the fucking name of it. Sovereign nation. Sovereign nation. That would be an excellent example. The person that probably started that was definitely probably chaotic neutral. Um, okay. One of the best examples I've ever met in real life was this guy was a retiree, and I met him like 20 something years ago, and he basically had a bike, and on the bike he had like this little motor on the front of the wheel, and in the back of the bike he had like a small compact camper, and he would take that bike and he would go from area to area and he would pitch his tent, and then he would live out in the woods. He'd go buy himself a couple quarts from the convenience store. He would live off his retirement check, and I met him and I sat down with him for a couple hours and everything. I've always been fascinated by people, and this guy he offered me an excellent opportunity to get to know someone that was truly unique, and he told me the story about how his kids were constantly trying to get him to come live with him, kind of move in with him and everything, and he didn't want any part of that. He wanted to be free. He wanted to go and live out in the woods when he wanted to, pitch his tent wherever he wanted to, and he wanted to go, buy himself a couple of quarts of alcohol and everything, and just travel with his bike. To him, he just wanted to be free. Now, this guy was definitely chaotic neutral. Um, but what he didn't have was he wasn't, bring down society. He wasn't, uh, randomly fucking, crazy and wild and fucking shit. He was just a person that he was just a wanderer. You know, you've seen a lot of this following the Great Depression. People that just would hobos, the hobo life. Someone that would just, jump on a train, take you to wherever the wind blew. That's where they went. And they would just go. They were restless souls, like to call them. People that just didn't want to forge a nest egg and all this other stuff. I you know, I'm different. I've got a house, fucking stocks, IRAs, TSPs, retirements, all this other shit and everything. I'm living the normal materialistic life. Um, People that tend to be chaotic neutral, they're freedom people. They don't usually they like the ability to go from place to place. They don't like to be bothered by restriction of society. They don't want to be controlled. They just want to be left to their own devices. A great example of this would be Han Solo. He got himself his plane. He did some missions and everything so he could pay it off and everything. But as a general rule, he just wanted to be left alone. He just wanted to do his thing. There's a lot of people out there. They just want to be left alone. They want to do their thing, and that is what chaotic neutral um, really encases. Now, let's talk about like how people play chaotic neutral versus how chaotic neutral is supposed to be played. Um, what is the name of that fucking dude? Charles Manson. People want to play Charles Manson when they play chaotic neutral. They want to play fucking the Mad Hatter when they play chaotic neutral. And these are psychosis. These are not alignment types. These are psychosis. These people are fucking crazy. You know, chaotic neutral just means you're a free spirit. You don't like being tied down. You know, you don't like being told what to do. You know, you're rebellious. You like, hey man, leave me the fuck alone and let me do my own thing. You know, I'm not fucking bothering you. Don't fucking bother me. You know what I mean? And that is literally what they are and everything, because they're not affected by good or evil, which would mean they would want, hey man, you know, your way of looking at society is all wrong. They don't give a fuck. An excellent example of chaotic neutral is the dude from The Big Lebowski. Man, I'm just a dude, you know, just leave me, you know, let me do my thing, you know. He doesn't care about everything else. He's the dude. That's chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral is not some fucking murderous fucking psychopath, you know, or fucking crazy people. Now, the other way that people do that they do chaotic neutral is I'm every alignment at once. A great example of this is how I was playing in this game, and this guy, he befriends animals, and when he befriends these animals, he turns into Lenny from the of Mice and Men. But then he turns into Aesop, this intellectual, you know, of renowned intellect. Whenever there's the thought thing, and he just uses as a justification for him always to be in the spotlight. He doesn't realize he's doing it, and the GM's entirely too passive to fucking say something to him about it. Other than that, the game's, you know, pretty decent game and everything, but he's an excellent example of someone that has no fucking clue what he's doing when he's playing chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral is just a free spirit. That's it. You know, they're just free spirits. They don't want to be tied down. They don't want to be fucked with. They just want to be left to their own devices. It has no bearing on your intellect. You don't all of a sudden, you know, become like, I believe in law. No, you don't care. You know, you just want to be left alone. You don't care philosophically about somebody else's freedom or lack thereof. You know, you don't care about that. You don't care about, oh man, you know, Congress just passed this new law. You don't care about that stuff. You just want to be left the fuck alone. You just want to do your own fucking thing. You know, a great example. I knew this guy that I worked with all the time, and I have a good job, and he's a good friend of mine, and he's a very passive, laid back, not giving a shit type of dude. And he's fucking awesome. He and I make jokes all the time, and you know, as a person, I you know, I love this guy to death. He's a great guy. I have literally bent over backwards, you know, fucking setting up shit to get this dude a fucking a good paying job. One that pays him 3 times as much as he's making at his current job. He doesn't want to do it. He likes his laid back, I don't give a shit type of job. You know, he just, that's it, man. He's like, I'm cool. I go do my thing, come home, play my video games, and that's the extent of what I want to do. I knew another guy who, this guy had no aspiration to do anything. He liked toys, so he got a job working at a toy store, and he became the manager of the toy store, and he made enough money to pay for to rent out his room at the apartment that he was staying in, where he shared a room with several other people, and he would run his little D&D games and everything throughout the week, and no interest in getting a girlfriend, no interest in forging a life for himself, no interest in any of those things. The only thing he wanted to do was go to his job and, you know, play with toys and stuff like that, and then freaking go home, play his game or whatever, and that was it. He had no political agenda, no agendas at all. He just wanted to be left alone and just wanted to do his own thing. This is what fucking chaotic neutral is. They just want to be left the fuck alone. They want to do whatever their little crazy little agenda is. You know, their little fucking thing that they do, and they just want to be left alone. They're free spirits. That's what it is they're free spirits. They don't want any fucking part of the whole fucking, you know, the world fucking turns and everything, and it turns with them or without them. They, you know, they do their thing. They just want to be left the fuck alone. They don't want anybody to get in their little way of what they're trying to do and everything, and that's it. Um, it does not mean you're, you know, fucking Artemis Entreri. You know what I mean? It does not mean that you're fucking this crazy freaking psychopath, you know? And it does not mean, and I cannot stress this enough, you are not an agent for chaos. You are not an agent for chaos. Oh my god. If you have like a religion or something like that that makes you an agent for chaos or something like that, by all means, then you're an agent for chaos. But being chaotic neutral does not make you an agent for chaos. Chaotic neutral only makes you a free spirit. It just means that you are not affected by the rest of the world. Everybody else thinks this is right, this is wrong. You know, you don't subscribe to any of that shit. You don't care. You only care about what you want to do. If you want, you know, to sit at home and play with toys all day, you're going to sit at home and play fucking with toys all day. You know, you only do what you have to do. Everything else, you do what you want to do. Rock and roll stars are excellent examples of chaotic neutral characters. They're just free spirits. They want to go, God damn you, fucking Microsoft. They just do their thing. You know what I mean? Um, most of them don't have an agenda. They just want to play the music. They want to hear the music. They just want to be in the scene. They, you know, that's their thing. An excellent example would be like James Dean. You know, as far as actors go, you know, Rebel Without a Cause. You know what I mean? That's James Dean. You know what I mean? Chaotic neutral is people that just, you know, have no fucking agenda. You know, really. I mean, they just kind of just do their thing. But God, you're not fucking chaos incarnate. You know what I mean? You're not. And a lot of people get that misinterpretation. And I'm gonna fucking read this shit to y'all because for some reason people seem to forget this. Chaotic neutral characters follow his whims. Do whatever the fuck he wants. He's an individualist first and last. What he thinks is important, not societal terms. He values his own liberty, but doesn't strive to protect others' freedoms. He cares about if he is okay and he can get his shit done and everything. The rest of y'all, that's on y'all to fucking do your own shit. He avoids authority, resents restriction, and challenges traditions. So anytime someone tries to tell him what to do, he doesn't like that. He's not good with that. A chaotic neutral character does not intentionally disrupt organizations as part of a campaign of anarchy. He has no intention of fucking with anyone else and their fucking shit. He just does not want to be fucked with. To do so would have to be motivated either by good and a desire to liberate others, or evil and a desire to make others suffer. Which means he definitely doesn't give a fuck about organizations. He just does not want to be fucked with. A chaotic neutral character may be unpredictable, but his behaviors is not totally random. He's not as likely to jump off a bridge as he is to cross it. Chaotic neutral represents freedom from both society's restrictions and do-gooder's zeal. Are you getting it now? People just don't seem to fucking get this alignment. It's not that fucking hard. It may be a little difficult to play, but he's just a free spirit. Think the Wanderer. You know, where the wind blows, I go with. You guys are going on this adventure. Hey man, that sounds interesting. I can jive with that. Let's go check this out. You guys want to go save the world? That sounds like that might be fun. Let's go try this out. They're just quirky people that just want to be left alone to do their own thing. It's the God. You know all these people because you grew up with them in the teenage years. I mean, I swear to God, like every teenager is fucking chaotic neutral. You're essentially a person that never grows up. To a certain extent. Most people, your parents teach you that, hey, you need to be a part of society. You need to work your way up. You need to get education. You need to do all these things to further your life. Chaotic neutral character says, nah, I'm just going to do my thing. And, 20, 30 years later, they're like, nah, still just going to do my thing. That's chaotic neutral. Doesn't make you fucking evil. Doesn't make you fucking good. You just kind of do your own thing. And that is chaotic neutral. I mean, look at what is this? Fucking Han Solo. Han Solo is neither good nor evil. I mean, he tries to do some decent stuff and everything, but he'll swindle other people too. As a general rule and everything, he just doesn't give a shit. He's just trying to do what benefits him, what benefits his little agenda. He's just trying to be left alone. He wants to get himself ahead so he can finally get to a point where no one's fucking with him and he's doing his own thing. That's kind of like what it means to just be chaotic neutral. Just chill, man. Take it easy. All right, guys. Shoot me your thoughts on this. Anybody who's playing chaotic neutral character, for the love of Christ, even if you don't agree with me, play what I'm telling you, and I guarantee you that your GM and your other players will thank you for it. All right, guys. Peace.